Hello everyone and welcome. This is BNSF 6951 with an update to my Cave Creek and Union Hills Railroad. Today we'll talk about tortoise machines, and I'll show you what I use to install them and how it looks under the table, and then I'll finally show you operation. Okay,
Here we go. So now the tortoise remote system comes complete with your mount for the tortoise machine, the cable you need, and the actuator for the turnout itself. Now these machines can be adjusted at the bottom to change the fulcrum throw. If you can see that on there, you got 4 holes right down the center. Well, if you put it in different holes, it adjusts this arm and gives you a different swing as far as the operation of the cable goes. Now what I do is I take, for demonstration purposes, I cut this down for you. I take the brass tube, which on my case is about 1 inch long, drill a hole the size of the brass tube, stick the brass tube through your layout, then mount this at the bottom. Make sure that the brass tube is all the way down the center hole that you have there, and then go to the top of the table and cut the brass tube to the size you need. I usually cut it at the same size or the same height as the throw bar of the turnout. Once you have that done, then you can go ahead and bend the top into a hook, and that's going to go into the throw bar. Usually I try and make it about 1/4 of an inch from the brass tube to the throw bar, and then once you get that done, send the piano wire through the brass tube to the bottom and bend it into an L shape like I have there. You'll have to cut it to size, of course, but you cut it down and you'll have this configuration right here. Once you get all that done, then you permanently mount your actuator and cable, and that'll be it for the installation part. Alright, now for the lights, I use 3mm bipolar red-green lights. When you put them together, you'll put anode to cathode, and that will give you reverse polarity, so when the switch changes, so will the lights. Now what you hook up is you'll have one lead coming from the switch going to one side of the LEDs, and then the other side of the LED will go down to the tortoise machine. I picked up these edge connectors at Jim's Model Train Shop. You probably can get them anywhere else you can. Any electronics store might have it. And then we need a double pole, double throw toggle switch. It's on, okay, and you have down here the blue and white wires are power for the switch, and the switch goes from the lower left to the upper right, and then the lower right to the upper left. That will give you reverse polarity when you flip the switch. And that's about it for the electronical portion of this. Thank you. And now we're underneath my layout, and I can show you how it looks when you get it hooked up. On this tortoise machine right here, you can see that the cable comes out and it goes to this actuator right here. And when you hit the switch, the actuator moves, and in turn moves the piano wire, which also moves the turnout switch. Okay, now I'll give you a little bit of a demo on it. Okay, well, this is what your control panel look like. You see the toggle switch over on the left side, then you have a red and green on there now, and when you flip the switch, it will change the polarity and in turn change the colors of the lights. Now we'll move on up to the top, and I'll show you that this is the way it's supposed to look after you get everything installed. The brass tube sticking up out of the bottom of the layout, piano wire going over to the to the turnout, and the brass tube eventually I'll cover it up with some foliage or some kind of scenery stuff. Then you'll notice that I have my first dwarf light hooked up, and that will indicate clear main or fouled main. So we'll give it a fouled main right now. It's red, that means that the diverging track is open and the main line is closed. I'll go back the other way, and green light comes on telling me that the main line is clear for me to travel on. These dwarf lights are really difficult to hook up because the wiring is so small that if you move them around too much, they will break. I got these from a guy in Canada. He's called N-Scale Buff. He does a really nice job on them, and I wish he can get more, but he doesn't seem to be making them anymore. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and look for more videos. Thank you.